Hey people, what's going on? It is Tuesday evening, February 26th, I believe. I'm kind of out of it. But so I'm tuning in today because I have browsed through a couple of Facebook videos and I've seen a lot of work from home full-time routines, but you rarely get to see what a person's day like if they work part-time work from home, the routines, if they have to work a day job and try to juggle their home-based business. So let me introduce myself. My name is Casey Parker and I am with Vic Cosmetics, and I work my business part-time because I do have a day job that I go do 6 hours a day outside the house. So I'm just going to give you a really quick breakdown of how I fit everything into my schedule, and hopefully this will provide some good content and help some people out that are wondering. So basically, I have 3 kids. 2 are teenagers. One is still in elementary, but he's transitioning to that preteen phase. So it's a little bit easier than someone that has little babies running around. So my day typically starts at 6:10. is when I drop my 2 daughters off to the school bus stop. Those are my teenagers, my pain in the butts, but I digress. Anyways, so I come back. I usually wake my son up at 6:30 to get dressed. I have his clothes out for him. All he has to do is shower and put them on. I don't really have to dress him because he's old enough. So during this time, I use this time to make my breakfast and check emails, catch up on maybe Facebook messages that I didn't get to see the night before, and also try to squeeze in a little personal development in that little window. About 7:10, I drop him off to school, and I usually get back home about 7:20. I use that time to make up my bed, just pick up after things. Around 7:30, I start getting ready for work. So nothing happens with my business during this time because I'm usually rushing. I'm getting ready for work. I start work at 9 o'clock. So from that point on, I'm not really doing anything with my business. Now, I do take a lunch break. I have a 30-minute lunch break from 12 to 12:30. So I will use that time while I'm eating my lunch to send out happy birthdays on Facebook Messenger to people, interact on my timeline. Really can't do too much in that little window, but I try to get at least that part out of the way because I like to do my happy birthdays in the beginning of the day because I just feel bad reaching out to someone telling them happy birthday and it's already like the end of their birthday. So, and a lot of people on my Facebook and Instagram do live out of state, so the time zone is different. So I usually use my lunch break to do those kind of things. Then I go back to work. Pretty much, unless I get lucky, don't get to touch my business again until I am off. So I get off at 3 o'clock. I go to the gym. I go straight to the gym because if I go home first, it will not happen. It just won't happen. So I usually have my gym clothes ready and packed with me when I go to work so that when I get off work, I can just go straight to the gym. That is my me time because it is very important, especially if you have a busy schedule, to have time for yourself, whether it's the gym or reading or if you like to go shopping, whatever you like to do for yourself. So that is my me time, and it kind of like gets rid of my nerves and my stress from the workday. So I usually get to the gym about 3:30 and leave about 5, and then I will go pick up my daughters from track practice. So their track practice ends at 5. I go pick them up. Then I go straight to my son's after school program and pick him up. So by the time I get home, it's like closer to 6. And then of course you gotta make your dinner for the kids and get them settled, check homework. So from 6 to 7, that's what I'm doing. 7 o'clock, I'll start working on my business again. So during this time, and I do have time slots for my business. So I'll work from 7 to 8. That gives, by this time the kids are eating dinner and they're taking their showers and doing whatever that they need to do. So I'm using that time to interact in Facebook groups, interact with people on my friends list that I have not talked to in a long time, interact on my timeline, make my posts, work on my business page, Maybe I get to squeeze a training in there, because my team, we do weekly Zooms, so I try to fit that in there. About 8 o'clock, I completely stop working, because if I don't, I'll keep going, and then it's like 11 o'clock at night, and the house is a mess. So 8 o'clock, I'll stop working, and I'll clean the dinner dishes, clean the kitchen, straighten up the house, because, you know, they'll just come home and make a mess. They don't care. They just throw their crap all over the place. So yeah, I'll spend that time just basically picking up after the kids. By this time, it's running into their bedtime now. So by 9 o'clock, they're either, of course, the teenagers are either just in their rooms, laying in bed on their phone, and then my son, he's already asleep by this time. So by 9 o'clock, I pick up on my business again and do whatever I didn't get to finish. I'll finish that up, or I'll be responding to messages. I'll check my emails again. So I check my emails about 3 times a week. I'm a big email freak. I don't know why. It's like an obsession. I think you only need to check your emails about twice a day. But I check them about 3 times a day. So I'll just be doing stuff like that. And I will I'm trying to be really stern about stopping myself about 10 o'clock so that I can get a decent night's sleep, because I do still have to work a day job. So I, on average, spend about 2.5 hours a day on my business. So, it may not seem like a lot, but if you're using that time to do income producing activities, and I do have daily methods of operation that I follow daily, no matter what happens, I have to make sure those get done before I go to sleep. And of course, there's extra things that, you know, I only do recruiting calls, maybe 1 day a week, and I do check in on my team and stuff. That's not part of my daily method of operation, but my daily, I have a list of things that I will have to do for my business every day, and it's non-negotiable. So if my day was crazy, and I didn't get, if for some reason I fell off schedule and I didn't get to touch my business at 10 o'clock at night, I'm not going to bed until I do my daily method of operation. So I try not to let that happen, because then I'm just exhausted the next day. So pretty much 2.5 hours is basically what I'm able to put in my business, because I do also work a job. So I know there's a lot of people, there's they're big on power hours. Those are awesome too, but I like to give myself a little bit more than a power hour, just because I feel like I talk to so many people a day, it's gonna run over an hour. So 2.5 hours works for me. I feel like I've got enough done, and I've done the necessities and the income producing activities to grow my business. So that's just a little bit of how I work my schedule. I would love to hear how you guys work your schedules, especially if you also work a day job or you have kids, because that's like a day job in itself. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments, and also drop in the comments how you schedule your day. And that's it, because I'll just keep rambling, and you know, who wants that? So good night, everyone.